Hello, students, and good morning, everyone. So, you are knowing very well about the exam pattern regarding MCQ types questions will be asked this time. So, paper will be as usual 80 marks, in which 40 questions will be asked of 2 marks each. And your law and practice of banking subject is completely based on theoretical one. So, you're required to study each and every concepts to score a good number of marks. So, today I will be covering interesting topic, that is negotiation instrument, which is very important from the point of SAM exam as well as from the point of computer exams, because these are the basic terms or basic things which are useful for the bank for involving dealing the customers. Okay, so let's see. First is negotiation instrument. So what exactly the meaning of negotiation instrument? So negotiation instrument means it's a written document which creates a right in favor of some person for sum of money and is transferable from one person to another person. Clear? So what is a negotiation instrument? Negotiation instrument means nothing. It is a written document which is create a right. Okay, a document which gives the right in favor of person for sum of money and is transferable from one person to another. Okay, in simple term, it is a document which has a money value and transferable from one person to another person is called as negotiation instrument. Okay, any document which has money value and is transferable from one person to another person is called as negotiation instrument. Okay, so negotiation instruments are freely transferable from one person to another by mere delivery. Okay, so it is freely transferable. It is used as a method of transferring debt from one person to another person. Okay, by way of negotiation instrument, amount can be easily transferred. Okay, now, so now, which are the types of negotiation instrument? Let's see. According to section 13 subsection A of Indian Negotiable Instrument Act 1881, following are the negotiable instrument of credit. So which are they? First one is bills of exchange, then promissory notes and checks. Okay, usually nowadays checks are in more in use. Okay, then bills of exchange and promissory note. Previously bills of exchange and promissory note were more in use. Nowadays checks is more in use. Okay, demand for the check is increasing day by day nowadays. Okay, so now first we'll move towards bills of exchange. Okay, we'll be studying the meaning and features of each negotiation instrument. So first we'll move towards bills of exchange. Bills of exchange is a written order for payment issued by the creditor to his debtor. Okay, in simple term, it's written order for payment. Written order for payment issued by whom creditor to his debtor. It must be accepted by the debtor as he agreed to pay certain sum of money after certain time for value received. Okay, it is prepared by the debt creditor and accepted by the creditor. Accepted by the debtor. Okay, so in simple term, we can say that bills of exchange is a written order for payment issued by the creditor to the debtor, and it must be accepted by the debtor agreeing to pay certain sum of money after certain time for the value received. Okay, it is usually prepared by the creditor and accepted by the debtor. Okay, this is the meaning of bills of exchange. Now let's see the features of bills of exchange. What is the first feature? It must be an order to pay and not a request. Okay, there should be an order to pay only, not a request. Okay, the order must be directed to a certain person. The party, there should be at least 2 to 3 parties involved. Okay, one party is not required. It must be in writing. Okay, the bills of exchange must be in writing. It's not been printed. It must be signed by the maker, that is drawer or customer. The order must be unconditional, means no conditions are required to attach. No terms and conditions are required to attach. The money is payable on demand or after specified time. Clear? Then, it must be accepted by the drawee. The money is payable to the payee or to his order or to the bearer of instrument. Next, the order must be to pay money only. Okay, so these are the features of bills of exchange. Okay, so now next, move towards promissory note. The second negotiable instrument of credit is promissory note. So according to section 4 of Indian Negotiable Act 1881, promissory note is defined as an instrument in writing containing an unconditional undertaking signed by the maker to pay a certain sum of money only to or to the order of certain person or to the bearer of instrument. Clear? So what do you mean promissory note? Promissory note means nothing. It is an instrument in writing containing an unconditional undertaking which is signed by the maker to pay a certain sum of money to or to the order of certain person or to the bearer of instrument. Okay, it's same like bills of exchange. Clear? Here also instrument should be it should be written in writing. It should contain unconditional undertaking signed by the maker to pay a certain sum of money to a certain person. Clear? Same exactly will be the features. So what are the features? The money payable must be certain. Okay, it must be in writing. It must contain an express undertaking to pay and not a promise to pay. The maker must be certain. Same thing. It must be signed by the maker, that is debtor. The promise must be unconditional. Same way, no conditions are required to attach here. The promise must be to pay money only. Same thing. What are the features? What are the meaning is there? Exactly will be the features of promissory note. Clear? So now let's move towards next negotiable instrument, that is check. Checks are in demand nowadays. Okay, okay. So let's see the meaning of it. Okay, in simple terms, checks can be defined as an instrument in writing containing unconditional order signed by the maker directing a specified banker to pay on demand a certain sum of money only to or to the order of certain person or to the bearer of instrument. Okay, here is in checks usually there are three parties involved. Okay, which are the parties? Let's see in the upcoming slides. Okay, so it is an instrument. Check is also an instrument in writing containing an unconditional order signed by the maker directing a specified banker to pay on demand a certain sum of money to the certain person or to the bearer of instrument. Clear? This is the meaning. So what are the so let's see the features of the check. So what are the features? It must be in writing. Okay. It must be in writing. It must be an order to pay and not a request. The order must be to pay money only. The order must be made to a specified banker. The pay of the check must be certain. It must be signed by the maker or drawer or customer. The money is payable on demand. Same thing. And one more is the validity of the check. The validity of the check is for 3 months. As soon as the date of the check is crossing 90 days, okay, the check will be expired. You can't draw the amount from that check. Okay, bank will not accept that check. Okay, so these are the features of check. Okay, okay. So now let's move towards next slide. So, how many parties involved in the check? So there are three parties involved: drawer, drawee, and payee. Okay. So drawer, who is a drawer? Drawer is the person who draws the check. Okay, who draws the check. Drawee is the person, the bank on whom the check is drawn. Means drawee is a bank on whom the check is drawn. Okay. Then payee is a person who to whom the check is payable. Okay. So usually there are three parties. First is drawer. Okay. Then drawee and payee. Drawer is the person who draws the check. Payee is the person to whom the check is payable, and drawee is the specified banker. Okay, banker on whom the check is drawn. For example, there are two parties involved. Okay, for example, Mr. Ajay, okay, and Mr. Vijay. Okay, there are two parties. Okay, Mr. Ajay is a drawer. He draws the check. Okay, okay, of which bank? Of SBI, State Bank of India. Okay, of State Bank of India check is draws. Okay, and gives to Mr. Vijay. So now Mr. Ajay is a drawer. Mr. Vijay is a drawee. Sorry, Mr. Ajay is a drawer. Mr. Vijay is a payee, and who is drawee here? Drawee is the bank on whom the check is drawn. The banker on whom the check is drawn. See, Mr. Ajay is giving the check of SBI check is giving. So SBI is the drawee. Clear? Who is the drawer and who is the drawee and who is the payee. Okay. So now, so these are the parties involved. Usually there will be one MCQ types. How many parties are involved in the check? 2, 3, 4. Like this, they'll give the options. Usually there are three parties involved. Keep in mind. Okay. So next is the types of checks. Let's see the types of checks. Okay. First is open check. A check which is not crossed when it is present to the bank for payment. This is called as open check. Clear? So what do you mean cross check means? Usually in the let's see what about cross check in the upcoming slides. Okay, so what do you mean open check? Open check means a check which is not crossed and it's present to the bank for payment. Okay, it's called as open check. Okay, if the check is not crossed means, okay, if the check is not crossed, it means it is open check, and open check can be paid by the banker at the counter of the bank. Okay, open check can be paid by the banker at the counter of the bank. It's called as open check. Clear? It's one type of check is open check. Next is, so under open check also there are two types of checks. Okay, open check are further classified into following two categories: barrier check and order check. So what is a barrier check? A check which is payable to a person to who possesses it is called as barrier check. Okay, the payment of the check is made to the holder at the counter of the bank. Okay, so what do you mean by barrier check? Barrier check means a check which is payable to the person who possesses it. Means on the check the name will be given. Means pay Mr. Sunil. Means Sunil only has to go to the bank to withdraw the amount. Okay, to withdraw that amount. Clear? What do you mean by? Okay, so what do you mean barrier check means? Barrier check means it's a check which is payable to the person to who possesses it. Okay, so see here, you might have seen the check. On the check, and the first line only there will be pay. Pay. If you are writing Mr. Sunil, means Sunil has to go to the bank to withdraw that amount. Okay, that's called as barrier check. Means check which is payable to the person who possesses it. Means here Mr. Sunil possesses it. The payment of the check of this check is to pay to the holder at the counter of the bank. Who is the holder now? Since if you are writing Mr. Sunil, means Mr. Sunil will be the holder of that check. So he has to go to the bank. He has to go to the counter of the bank to withdraw that amount. It's called as barrier check. Clear? So what is order check? Order check means a check which is payable to a certain specified person or to his order is called as order check. Okay, it contains an order to pay the money to a certain person. Clear? So it is another type of open check, that is order check. It is the same like barrier check, but it's a little bit different because it's a check which is payable to certain specified person or to his order is called as order check. Okay, it contains an order to pay the money only. Okay, so there are two types of open check. First one is barrier check, next one is order check. Okay, so how many types of checks are there? First one is open check, next one is cross check. Under open check there are two types: barrier check and order check. So now let's see what is my cross check. Okay, you have studied about open check. Open check means which the check which is not cross is called as open check. So what about cross check? Cross check means a check which is cross with two parallel transverse line on its face when it is presented to the paying banker for payment is called as cross check. You might have seen the check which are having two parallel line on the left side of the corner on the top. Okay, top of the corner, top of the check there will be two parallel transverse line. Okay, like this. Okay, so if this is the check, okay, so there will be two parallel transverse line like this. Okay, here in the upper right column, sorry, in the left side there will be two cross parallel transverse line. So whenever the check is crossed like this, okay, like this, so it is called as cross check. Okay, so cross check means it will be directly debited to, it will be directly credited to his account. Yeah, so cross checks are not paid at the counters here. Cross checks are not paid at the counter because it is directly credited to his account. Means directly the amount will be directly transferred to his particular that account. These checks are payable through accounts only. Clear? What is the difference between open check and cross check? Open checks are paid at the counter of the check. Okay, open checks are paid at the counter of the bank, but cross checks are not paid at the counter of the bank. They are directly transferred to that particular account. Clear? So this is about cross check. Clear? So how many types of checks are there? There are two types of checks. One is open check, then one more is cross check. Under open check there are two types: barrier checks and order check. Clear? So now let's see the what crossing of check. Why it is required? Okay, what about crossing? Crossing means drawing two parallel transverse line across the face with or without word and co or not negotiable or account payee with the parallel transverse line. Okay, so in crossing also there are different types. Okay, okay, so if this is the check, okay, so usually this is the crossing. Okay, so this is a crossing. So if in crossing only, if he is writing here in between these two line, if he is writing in between these two line, okay, in between these two line, if he is writing account pay, means it will directly transfer to this account, or if he is not writing anything, will be directly transfer. Okay, so crossing means drawing two parallel transverse line across the face of a check with or without the word and co or not negotiable or account pay between the parallel transverse line. Okay, so crossing may be handwritten or stamp. This crossing may be handwritten, means in the sense by manually or stamp. It is a direction to the paying banker not to pay the holder of check at the counter. See, whenever there is a cross check, okay, whenever there is a two parallel transfers line on the face of the check, it means it shows that banker has no right to pay that amount at the counter. Yeah, the payment of this check is to be made through the account of the person named there only. See, whenever there is cross check and your name is written Mr. Ashutosh, means Mr. Ashutosh will only in Mr. Ashutosh's accounts only the amount will be transferred. Clear? Whenever there is a cross check, okay, and the name is written on that cross check, that particular name account holder will only receive that amount. He will not receive that amount at the counter of the check. Usually, most of the checks are pay. Usually, most of the dealings in checks are done in cross checks only, because uh, chances of frauds are very less in cross check, because there is no chance that the person can get that the holder or any person can get the amount at the counter of the bank, because usually whenever the cross checks are passed in the banks, the account will be directly transferred to that particular account holder only. Because of that reason only, most of the transactions in the world are done through cross checked only. Okay, clear why crossing is done and all. So now last slide, that is object of crossing. So why the crossing is done already discussed, let's see in detail. Okay, so object of crossing is to ensure the safety of the checks. Here first and foremost, to ensure the safety of the check. Okay, the cross checks are not paid to the counter of the holder. One thing is to ensure the safety of the check, one objective. Second check, uh, cross checks are not paid at the counter of the holder. Okay, but clear, but open checks are paid at the counter, and there is a possibility of payment to the wrong person. See here, whenever open check is given, there is a possibility that a payment might be received by the wrong person. See here, if suppose one person is having open check, and if he uh, uh, and he don't know where the check is there at present, and another person receives that check, and if it is open, he can go to the bank and withdraw that amount without knowing that account holder. Okay, and the bank can't do anything if it is open check. Bank is unable to help you at that time. Because of that only, most of the checks are done crossing only, because of this reason. Because if open checks are given, and there is a possibility, there's huge possibility of payment to the wrong person, therefore the risk of loss is minimized when the check is lost. Okay, if the check is lost, there is no chance of uh, if the check is lost, it means the risk will be high for that if the check is open. Okay, if the check is lost and the if the cross check is lost, there's no chance of risk at all, because since it is a cross check, the person cannot withdraw that amount from that bank. Okay, but if the check is open check, the risk of loss is very high, because obviously the bank has the right to give that money whenever the person comes to the counter of the bank. Okay, because of that only the checks are crossed. If the check is presented to the paying banker from his customer, the amount of the check is credited to the customer account. Clear? If it is open check, okay, automatically it is okay. Clear? Whenever the crossing is done, whenever the check is presented to the paying banker from his customer, the amount of the check is credited directly. Automatically credit will be done on the customer's account. Another object of crossing is to facilitate tracing of person who has received the payment. See here, whenever the crossing check is given to the bank will have, with the cross check, you have to attach one more slip. In that slip, you have to write mention your name and everything, who is attaching that list and all. So with that, the bank can trace that person. Another objective of crossing is to facilitate the tracing of person who has received payment. Okay, apart from that, the bank can also trace that who has received the payment, means on to whom account the amount has been credited. Okay, so these are the objectives of crossing. So in the today's class, we have studied about a negotiation instrument. Okay, what are the meaning of negotiation instrument, then what is the why it is used. Okay, then which are the types of negotiation instruments, then the features of the bills of exchange, for exchange, bills of exchange, promissory notes, and checks. Okay, then how many parties of involved in the check, then types of check, Then under open check, the how many types are again are involved. Then main thing, crossing, why crossing is done. Okay. Then what is the main reason behind doing the crossing. Okay. So this was a little bit bigger video. In the upcoming class, we will be studying again in detail in some other topics of this negotiation instrument. Till then, be safe, be healthy. Thank you.